Hey, January 31st, Exodus 12:14 through 13:16. So this day shall be to you a memorial, that you should keep it as a feast to the Lord. Throughout your generations, you shall keep it as a feast by everlasting ordinance. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the first day, you shall remove leaven from your houses. Whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that person shall be cut off from Israel. On the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and on the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation for you. No manner of work shall be done on them, but that which everyone must eat, that only may be prepared by you. So you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for on this same day I will have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you shall observe this day throughout your generations as an everlasting ordinance. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. For 7 days no leaven shall be found in your houses, since whoever eats what is leavened, that same person shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Whether he is a stranger or a native of the land, you shall eat nothing leavened. In all your dwellings you shall eat unleavened. You shall eat nothing leavened. In all your dwellings you shall eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said to them, pick out and take lambs for yourself according to your families, and kill the Passover lamb. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is on the basin, and strike the lintel and on the two doorposts with the blood that is on the basin. And none shall go out of the door of the house until morning. For the Lord will pass through and strike the Egyptians, and when he sees the blood on the lintel and on the two doorposts, the Lord will pass over the door and not allow the destroyer to come into your houses and strike you. And you shall observe this thing as an ordinance for you and your sons forever. And it will come to pass when you come to the land which the Lord will give you, just as he promised, that you shall keep this service. And it shall be when your children say to you, what do you mean by this service? That you shall say, it is the Passover sacrifice of the Lord, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel when he struck the Egyptians and delivered our household. So the people bowed their heads and worshiped. Then the children of Israel went away and did so, just as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. And it came to pass at midnight that the Lord struck the firstborn in all the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on the throne to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of livestock. So Pharaoh rose at night, and he said to his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in all Egypt, for there was not a house that was not one dead. Then he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise, go out from among the people, both you and your children of Israel. Go and serve the Lord as you have said. Also take your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians urged the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, we shall all be dead. So the people took their dough before it was leavened, having their kneading bowls bound up in their clothes and on their shoulders. Now the children of Israel had done according to the word of Moses, and they had asked for from the Egyptians articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing. And the Lord had given the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they were granted them what they requested. Thus they had plundered the Egyptians. Then the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides children. A mixed multitude went up with them also, and flocks and herds and great deal of livestock. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they had brought out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were driven out of Egypt and could not wait, nor had they prepared provisions for themselves. So the sojourn of the children of Israel who lived in Egypt was about 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of 430 years, on that very same day, it came to pass that the armies of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night of solemn observance to the Lord for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. This is the night of the Lord, a solemn observance for all the children of Israel throughout all their generations. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner shall eat of it, but every man's servant who is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then he may eat it. A sojourner and a hired servant shall not eat of it. In one house it shall be eaten. You shall not carry any of the flesh outside the house, nor shall you break one of its bones. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. When a stranger dwells with you and wants to keep the Passover to the Lord, let all of his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And it shall be done, and he shall be as a native to the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat of it. One law shall be for the native born and for the stranger who dwells among you. Thus all the children of Israel did so. And the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. And it came to pass on that very same day that the Lord brought the children out of the land of Egypt according to their armies. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, consecrate to me all the firstborn, whatever opens a wound among the children of Israel, both men and beast, it is mine. And Moses said to the people, remember this day in which you went out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of the hand of the Lord brought you out of this place. No leavened bread shall be eaten. On this day you are going out, also in the month of Abib. And it shall be, when the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep the service in this month. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day there shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and no leavened bread shall be seen among you, nor shall leaven be seen among you in all your quarters. And you shall tell your son in that day, saying, this is done because of what the Lord did for me when I came up from Egypt. And it shall be a sign to you on your hand and as a memorial between your eyes, that the Lord's law may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand the Lord has brought you out of Egypt. You shall therefore keep this ordinance in its season from year to year. And it shall be, when the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you, and your father gives it to you, that you shall set apart to the Lord all that open the womb. That is, every firstborn that comes from animal which you have. All the males shall be the Lord's. But every firstborn of donkey you shall redeem with a lamb. And if you will not redeem it, you shall break its neck. And if the firstborn of a man among your sons you shall redeem. So it shall be that when your son comes, and when your son asks you in the time to come, saying, what is this? That you shall say to him, by the strength of the hand of the Lord has brought us up out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh was stubborn about letting us go, that the Lord killed all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all the males that open the womb, but all the firstborn my sons I redeem. It shall be a sign on your hand and on your frontlets between your eyes, for by strength of hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt. Matthew 20:29 through 21:22. Now as they went to Jericho, a great multitude followed them. And behold, two blind men sitting in the road, when they heard Jesus was passing by, cried out, saying, have mercy on us, O Lord, Son of David. Then the multitude warned them that they should be quiet, but they cried out all the more, saying, have mercy on us, O Lord, Son of David. So Jesus stood still and called them and said, what do you want me to do for you? And they said to him, Lord, that our eyes may be opened. So Jesus had compassion and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Now, when they drew near Jerusalem and came to Bethphage on the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent two disciples and said to them, go to the village opposite of you. Immediately you will find a donkey tied with a colt with her. Loose them and bring them to me. And if anyone says anything to you, you shall say, the Lord has need of them, and immediately he will send them. All this was done that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, tell the daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming to you, lowly and sitting on a donkey, a colt, a foal of a donkey. So the disciples did as Jesus commanded them. They brought the donkey and the colt, laid their clothes on them, and said to him, and set him on them. And a very great multitude spread their clothes on the road. Others cut down branches from trees and spread them on the road. Then the multitudes who went before him, before, and those who followed cried out, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. And when he had come into Jerusalem, all the city was moved, saying, Who is this? So the multitude said, This is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth of Galilee. Then Jesus went into the temple of God and drove out all those who bought and sold in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said to them, It is written, My house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. Then the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying in the temple, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were indignant and said to him, Do you hear what these are saying? And Jesus said to them, Yes. Have you never heard, out of the mouth of babes and nursing infants, you have perfected praise? Then he left them and went out of the city to Bethany, and he lodged there. Now in the morning he returned to the city. He was hungry, and seeing a fig tree by the road, he came to it and found nothing on it but leaves, and said, Let no fruit grow on you ever again. Immediately the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples saw it, they marveled and said, How did the fig tree wither away so soon? So Jesus answered and said to them, Assuredly I say to you, if you have faith and no doubt, and do not doubt, you will not only do what I have done to the fig tree, but also if you say to this mountain, Be removed and be cast into the sea, it will be done. And whatever things you ask in prayer, believe and you will receive. Psalms 25:16-22. Turn yourself to me and have mercy on me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart have enlarged. Bring me out of my look upon my affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Consider my enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. Keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in you. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait for you. Redeem Israel, O God, out of their troubles. Proverbs 6:12-15. A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. A, he winks with his eyes. He shuffles his feet. He points with his fingers. Perversity is in his heart. He, he devises evil continually. He sows discord. Therefore his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly he shall be broken without remedy. Okay, we have completed 1 month. We're 1/12 of the way through the Bible for this year. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.